Hello, people. Welcome to more CNN bullshit. And oh boy, it's bullshit. Now the latest on CNN is they don't want the country to open, or say it shouldn't even start opening until the entire country has tested for the coronavirus. And what CNN means is literally that. CNN and all these stupid ass fucking reporters with zero common sense want us to wait until literally 300 and some odd million people in this country have been tested. That can't happen. Impossible. First off, let's go into common sense land now. Fasten your seatbelt, people who are listening right now. The doors are opening and we're traveling into a realm that reporters are very confused in. A realm that is unknown to every journalist out there. We are entering reality. A place where common sense dwells. So enter it with me. Take your heart pills, fasten your safety belts, and join me on a journey into the land of common fucking sense. Because it's a place where no reporter has gone before. Okay, let's enter common sense here, people. Let's use our fucking brains for more than a hat rack. First off, you have millions of homeless people across the country. They're not going to be tested. So that's number one of why it's impossible to test everybody. So they're going to go untested, and they walk the city streets all over the place, which means you have people all over the country, millions of homeless people, spreading this shit all over hell. They're not going to be tested. They don't have a home. They can care less about anything. All they want is their next fix or their next, or to panhandle a few more dollars to get their next bottle of booze. They don't give a shit about nothing. They ain't going to be tested. So it's going to be spreading all over from them. Okay, number two is the fact that millions and millions of more people across the country don't want to be tested and are not going to make a move to be tested. And I'm one of them. Because we show no signs, no symptoms, we feel fine. So why waste a test? They even said, don't bother getting a test unless you're showing the signs or something serious is going on that you think you might have it. Don't bother, you're just wasting a test. They're having a hard enough time getting these damn tests without people wasting them. So you have millions of more people that aren't even going to make a move to be tested. They don't want to and they're not going to. Like me. Because we show no signs, so why bother? So, which leads us down to a conclusion. In order to test literally every single body in the United States of America, every breathing body, you would have to make it a mandatory law. You would have to pass a law nationwide, and everybody would be getting something in the mail that they would take to a testing place, get tested, the people would sign off on that, and then it would go to the government, proving that you got tested. Make it a law, you get tested, and the proof is mailed off to the government. That is the only way. Because like I said, I'll repeat it, for them knuckleheads out there listening to this, if you're not a knucklehead, you already know the truth because you have common sense. If you're not, listen up. I repeat, there's millions of people across this country that aren't even going to go get tested because they're showing no signs, so they're not even going to go through it. They don't want to, and they're not going to. A lot of people want to, so they're going on their own volition. Well, that's fine. But again, a lot of people don't want to, and they're not going to as long as they as long as they feel fine. So again, you would have to make everybody go and get tested. Well, how do you make them? I repeat, you're going to have to pass a law where it's mandatory. Now, if that happens, you still have two problems. Number one, you still have the homeless population all over the country spreading it because they're not going to get tested. No one's going to make them be tested. You have to go out on the street and hunt down these people physically. They have no mailing address. They don't give a shit about what you want and the government wants. They sleep in back alleys and do as they please. So they're not going to be tested. They don't give a shit about any damn laws. So you still have them running around spreading it. And now we get down to the main concern, the main thing that makes this impossible. Besides everything I just said, I said all that to say this. Do you stupid asses and you dumbass anchormen at CNN know how fucking long it would take to test literally 325 fucking people? Hello? Hello? Is anybody fucking home at all? It's been months, and we barely tested a couple million, I think the last number was, roughly, give or take. That's it. That is a drop in the bucket. We're talking almost 350 million. Do you know how long it would fucking take, you dumbasses out there at CNN, you stupid ass, brain dead, retarded ass, stupid fucking reporters? It's taken months to reach a couple million tested. You're talking almost 350 million. Now we're talking being closed down for what? A year? Oh, probably longer than that. 2 years. It cannot fucking happen! Hello? Hello? Anybody fucking home at all? Hello? The government does not have the funds to pay every single body's rent, every business money, literally every breathing body in this country. Just keep throwing fucking money at them so they can survive week after week, month after month for 2 years or 3 years or however long this would take. It would take a long time. They don't have the money. People must think the government has an endless amount of money, that they're just a bottomless money pit, that they just have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and endless trillions of dollars to just be throwing at everybody. Oh, here, everybody, just throw it up in the air. Oh, just grab it. Life is free now. Life is free. Food is free. Medical's free. Living is free. Food, water, electric, everything's fucking free. We're just going to keep throwing fucking money at you. The government would go broke. Where is people's fucking heads in their asshole? We cannot do it. It cannot and it will not be done. You don't have to test literally every breathing body that's on 2 feet in this country before you start reopening parts of the country. What kind of stupid ass motherfucker thought this dumb shit up? This is bullshit. 100% homegrown, smelly ass bullshit. It ain't gonna happen. It cannot happen. It is impossible. This is the most stupid fucking thing I ever heard out of CNN's mouth. President Trump even explained how it's impossible. But they don't want to hear facts. It isn't facts first with CNN. It is bullshit first. It is what they want to hear. It is what they want Trump to say. It is the way they want reality to be. They live in a fucking fantasy world. This is not reality. It cannot happen. It ain't gonna happen, so give it up. Give up the pipe dream. Get off the dope and wake up to fucking reality. By the time you tested that many people, guess what? The bottom of the stock market would have already dropped out. The banks would have already failed because of that, and the grocery stores would fail. The economy can't be shut down for that damn long. Use your fucking head, people. Bullshit. You kept the economy closed down for 2 years or whatever. Guess what would happen? Long before the 2 years is up, I tell you what would happen. The stock market would lose all of its points. When all the points are gone, the bottom drops out. When the bottom drops out, the bank fails. When the banks fail, guess what, people? Every single human body in this country now is out on the fucking streets. Because every person is now broke. So stimulus packages after that will do no good. There won't be any banks to send them to. There won't be any banks to cash the checks. Are you listening? Hello? Anybody fucking home? So stimulus does no good after that point. Everybody in this entire country is broke. The government is now broke. Food stores closed. Walmart's closed. Every business gone. Now where are you gonna fucking eat, you dumbasses at CNN? Nowhere. Now you have people breaking into people's homes all over the country at a massive scale for one thing: food, survival. Now it's survival of the fittest, and it's a bloodbath all over the streets of this country. There would be chaos, anarchy. It will be apocalyptic hell on earth. Out of the Bible. Revelations, buddy. People might say, oh, you're getting dramatic. Oh, you're getting ridiculous on this video. Am I? Use your fucking head. It's already happened once. 1929. Does it ring a bell to you dumbasses? What happened in 1929? All the points were gone from the stock market, which means the bottom dropped out. The banks failed. Everybody who had anything in banks lost everything. People were jumping out of windows, killing themselves. Now, the only point of 1929 I want you to focus on is the fact that the banks failed, and why. Why did the banks fail? Because all the points in the stock market were gone. You see, there's only a certain amount of points in the stock market, people. If Wall Street knew that the government was going to be closed for a year or 2 years or whatever until 350 million people got tested, you'd start losing points every day at an unprecedented rate like we've never seen. You cannot keep losing 500, 1,000 points every single day of the week, week after week, month after month. There is only so many points, you dumbasses out there. There's only so many points in the stock market. You lose them all, and the bottom drops out. What happens then? The banks fail. What happens then? Every person in this country is now broke. What happens then? Walmart is now broke. Every food chain is now broke. I'm not getting dramatic, I'm being realistic. You cannot test 350 million people. It would take too damn long. We don't have this much time. People think we have all the time in the world. We can just leave it closed for a year, 2 years, and everything will go on like it is. The government will just keep on throwing money at everybody, and then life will be free. All bills are free. Life is free. The government would just keep throwing endless and endless and endless and endless and endless amounts of cash at us all, and we just live for free here on in. Until 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, when we finally have tested 350 million people. Yeah, and at that point we can just start reopening it. Bullshit! That is what's not realistic. That's not reality. It wouldn't happen that way, I guarantee you. These doctors don't use common sense. The news reporters don't use common sense. None of them do. The president's using it. He knows why we cannot keep closed for that long. Because it would take too long. And it would absolutely destroy this country. And we would enter the apocalypse. It would be a fucking nightmare. Now the coronavirus is the least of your worries. Now you have everybody in this country broke. The government broke. Chaos and anarchy ruling the streets everywhere. People breaking into everybody's homes everywhere for food. Because every place, all your grocery stores everywhere would be closed, because the banks would have failed, because the stock market would have finally reached the bottom. No more points to lose. It's gone. Wall Street is gone. And that's what would happen by leaving this country closed that long. Because you want to be a stupid ass and test 350 fucking million people in this country. It is a snowball effect. It would be one thing that would happen after the next until you would reach the point that I just described. Oh, you would reach it all right. It is definitely being realistic. It would snowball until the snowball would be so big that you would have absolute anarchy in this country. And again, now the coronavirus wouldn't even be an issue, because now you have hell on earth to worry about. So no, it is bullshit that CNN's reporting that everybody needs to be tested first before we start reopening. Not going to happen, cannot happen. The United States would be destroyed waiting that long for something so stupid to happen. That's just the most asinine, dumbass statement I ever heard.